Alright, hey, what's up everybody? It's Reese from Magic Mike Epoxy. I am here at the Binks Forest Elementary job. We are just about to get started going. So we got like 6 bathrooms to do here at this school. And as far as it comes with the cities and jurisdictions, I've worked for plenty. Riviera Beach Fire Department. I did the bathrooms at the Phipps Park Skate Center, and I also donated the bathrooms to the Phipps Park baseball fields. I believe in making our city beautiful. I believe in making sure that our governments are getting good price jobs. I don't slam them over the head. I give them an honest, fair price. It generally ends up being a little bit more labor intensive, the jobs, but as part of running a business, I want to make sure that what we're doing, we're leaving the things that we're working on better and beautiful for years to come. So you can check out what we're working on here. We got these bunch of various garage floors. Jesus Lord. Bunch of various bathrooms. Now when you bid a job, everything is normally good, and then sometimes you come back after you've bid it and the guys jackhammered the hell out of this floor. So we're going to grind it and probably self-level it. I'm going to talk with the contractor about getting more money, but because it's so small and they're a good client of mine, we may just go ahead and do it. So stay tuned for the process, and as always, thanks for following Magic Mike Epoxy. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and yeah, stay tuned for the video. So on a lot of jobs, you're going to have to deal with getting power to where you are. We're here at the school, and you can see they have one power here. This is for a water fountain, and then there's another power here. Normally in these situations, these are not connected and they're on separate circuits. So we're going to try to run our 7-inch hand grinder and the vacuum at the same time. If that doesn't work, we're going to switch over and bring a generator wherever we have to go so that we can work. The main place that people waste time is messing with energy. At least I know I did in the beginning. I had a generator, a Genie. It took me like 2 months to figure out getting the Genie power ran properly. I ended up selling it, getting a propane. I've had many machines. I love propane, a good grinder, a good propane grinder, some 7-inch hand grinders that are good, 3 good vacuums, and a good, we have the Predator 1300 from Harbor Freight. Fantastic vacuum. Highly recommend getting it. And would highly recommend getting it with the warranty. You pay for it once, and for 3 years. If you're going to do this business, you have power. As soon as we get here, the first thing to do is go ahead and clean up the area. Picks up all the screws. We get to clean out all the surrounding areas nice and clean, so that when we start grinding, he has a nice clean surface to be working on. Okay, so we're getting going grinding. Looks like the power is going to be okay, and if not, we'll swap right over to our generator to be able to keep going. But this, we're just trying to, yes, on this, we're really just trying to knock down the Thinset. You can see some right there, and because it's all pitched into the drain, we want to maintain that pitch so that the floor works properly. Next to the drain, we're probably going to have to float it a little bit because that's a little bit low. And yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so we're on the job, and this is where the epoxy industry gets a little tricky. I'm working for a contractor that has a contract with the school system to do this floor. We didn't know that we were going to need to self-level it in a couple of areas that actually got a little bit bigger this morning. So now I have to go back to them. They got to get a change order. It could take a year to get paid on the change order, and you still have to try to figure out a way to make things right. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with now. I'm going to go ahead and just self-level it because it needs to happen, or it's not going to pass inspection, and then I guess figure out the rest once it's over. So I'm heading to Home Depot. I'm going to get some self-leveler. I'm going to get some bonding primer, and I'm going to get that taken care of. mix up a little bit of patch for these floors that we just self-leveled. We're going to patch them, and we're going to drop the base coat and the flake. So I'm using 26 ounce, I think it's a 32 ounce, the small paddle mixer. I don't need a lot. So I'm going to do a 2 to 3 is what I call it. So you look on the inside of the bucket, pour it right up slowly so I don't get a bunch of product on the edge. Right there to the 2. I'm going to lay the bucket down, hold it over it a little bit, and then swipe those drips. So you can see what we got here. We're at 2 there. Looks like a 3. Can you open that one for me real quick? And then I'm going to be using this thickening product from Cimarron. Not going to need a bunch of it. It's kind of fluffy. Floats in the air, but it's not quite like Epoxy. Blowing this up. Thickening agent here. It's about 1/4 of a cup. Mash it in a little bit. A little bit more. And a spin off bucket. Okay, lift this up right here. Let me spin this up. All right, so we got our patch here. Let me actually just go do this real quick. So right here on the ground, we have this little low area right here that you can see. So I'm gonna give me a small spatula real quick. Use a small spatula to get it out of here. Flood this little area. Take my 6-inch. This side as well. That's pretty much it on how I would float it in order to fix those issues there around the drain. And we're pretty much good to go. We're going to go ahead and drop the base coat. Alright. So now we need about a ½ gallon for each one. So I'm going to mix up a 48 ounces to 64 ounces, which will give me exactly a ½ gallon. 72. Just pour a little bit around both edges. Just nobody step in that patch in the middle because it's dry. Cut everything real nice. Pour some straight across the door too. Yep. And then pour the rest of that mount over here on this floor. Finish the rest of the door. You can just pour the rest out anywhere. Yeah, around that's good. Maybe just a little bit around the drain. Kind of far away. You don't want it to drool in. Yep, that's good. Now we'll go mix up a little bit more and pour the rest. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mix up one more. When mixing, I always like to have gloves readily available. I go through a ton while I'm working. Mainly because I'm allergic to epoxy. I don't like it on me. I don't like breathing it. So I'm always doing my best to limit my exposure. So when you come back, give me a paper towel. When you come back to your bucket, a lot of times your numbers are covered. So right after, I like to come back, swipe that line, throw it out. Now I have all of that ready. I'm do the same thing. I'm going to pour a 48.
No. Little bit more. More.
Okay. Come and give me a wipe.
Yeah.
So give me a wipe. Come back. Going to 72. Yeah. Have my drill. Now everybody will tell you that it's 3 minutes, and 3 minutes is a good rule of thumb, but on smaller buckets you can really see once the product is homogeneous. And basically what you're looking for is little small, like clear lines. That will give you the indication that there's still a little bit of part A or part B that hasn't been mixed in. So I just give these a good stir. We're also gonna roll it a bunch of times, so it's gonna get another mix there. And that's just my process. So I have it all mixed. I'm gonna spin it off a little bit at the top to try to remove it, and then I'm gonna leave it right in my tray that I have set up. And I'm gonna pour the rest of this on, let me see here. So I'm gonna pour the rest of this on these bathrooms right back here, and yeah, that's how we do it. Go ahead. Pour a little bit right here.
Should we see that as a weenie?
Yeah, 100%. So, and the Mauricio, I gotta get this out. I'm gonna just drop it back over here. A little bit here. There's some behind your foot over here. Yep. There. And then I'm gonna drop the rest of it right over here. Try to get every little last bit. Huh? Yeah, that's all going to be covered by a wall. But go ahead and just do your best to get everything you can. You okay, Ishmael? And we have Ishmael over here using the weenie roller. It's just going to put a nice good roll on through everything. One guy's cutting, well, two guys are cutting, and we have Ishmael over here. Just getting a nice roll out, nice and thick. No rush. Right onto the patch that we did. Everything looks good. Alright, so I wanted to give you a little look at my mixing station that I pretty much run the same style mixing station every time. So we have our product, A and B, mixing buckets, mixing sticks, brushes, a scraper, extra buckets, extra rollers, 18-inch pan where I like to, once I'm done with my buckets, I like to just flip it over so that way I don't have things cooking. Down here it's never going to cook because it's too thin. I have my brush, I have our spatulas, more buckets, an open bag, our flake is prepared, my thickening agent, some denatured alcohol, some Clorox wipes, some paper towels, and when utilizing that setup, it just allows me to be successful. So I mix everything up. My guys are in the back getting everything together. They know exactly what to do. They're gonna just cut it in, roll it a bunch of times, and then we're gonna throw the flake, and that's the first part of our process here at Magic Mike Epoxy. Alright, so here's Ishmael. He's flaking this now. And yeah, we're getting this one over here ready to go. Just doing a final back roll. That's the process. So every single part of what I do pretty much has a rhyme and a reason. I'm going to show you right here on my pan. This is how I like to have it. I like my brushes and these little things, they're gonna dry, we can just pop them out. I have my roller, if it cooks, it's gonna cook down into here. I have my bucket, which is pretty much fully drained. I may be able to salvage it later. And then I have my mixer, which I've already spun off pretty aggressively, and then I keep moving it so it doesn't tack up and stick to the actual pan. So when everything's said and done, all of this, we'll be able to take this out easily, get those out easily. That's going to be clean, and we may be able to reuse the bucket. Just some little hints and tips and tricks from your boy Magic Mike. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up some poly, cut in the edges. Can you get that white one up in there? This one here. And a paper towel. I got the paper towel.
I'm not seeing the broad juice. Do we took it on the cart?
I don't know, but we need them. Take this up to... people start in one room and one person in the other. Okay. So we're going to start cutting in the edges of these two rooms. Yeah. Just cut it in like so. Go all the way around. My gun is cutting in here. Same thing. Okay, now I'm going to mix up the rest of the product for the floor. I'm going to do a 4 to 8. Poly mixes way faster than epoxy does. It turns around. Okay, so we're all done cutting all the edges in this one. I'm just going to go ahead and pour out ribbons and back roll it. Over here, he's almost all cut in on the edges as well. And then we'll back roll this one. Okay, both of these bathrooms are now done. Nice coat of poly on them, nice and thick. And we're just doing the final back roll here. Two down. Alright, so we're wrapping up the day, heading home right now, and we got 3 floors flaked out of the 9. We got all of this leveling, extra leveling done. A lot of times when you pay specifically is for the school board, so I went there 9 months ago to look at the job. But now that we're on the actual job, a lot of stuff has changed. The heights, they removed some tile. We had to deal with making sure that all the drains were flush was kind of our biggest problem to deal with. And then also where they set the toilets was too high, so I had to raise the floor in a few areas using self-leveler. So having a good, strong range of skills. You really want to be able to do everything in concrete and everything in epoxy, and you will be able to deliver flawless floors that make your clients happy and keep work coming back. So thanks for checking out this video. Like and subscribe. Subscribe 4 times, please. And yeah, over and out. Magic Mike.